In surface texture analysis, skewness refers to the distortion of a surface upward or downward. In fact, it's probably better to describe skewness, like the roughness parameter RSK or primary PSK waviness WSK, in terms of how the distribution of heights look. So this surface is rather symmetric. I have similar peaks and valleys, and the distribution of heights is kind of like a symmetric bell curve. I have the same amount of points high as I do low, and this surface has a skewness or a distortion of this distribution about equal to 0. However, let's look at a common process. A common manufacturing process might be one of honing, where we tend to have fewer peaks than we do valleys. This particular surface has a distribution that is stretched negatively. If we look at the distribution of points, there are a lot of points near the peak, and it's kind of pulled down or stretched negatively, so we would have a skewness that is less than 0. In this case, it might be a skewness of maybe -2, but this direction of distortion, we're pulling the distribution of points, we're pulling on the valleys more than the peaks, is a negative skewness. Similarly, if we had a surface that maybe had nodules on it, perhaps it's a coated surface with random peaks sticking out of it, this surface with nodules would have a distribution of heights with many of the profile points down here, but a few of them up high, and this distribution would be skewed upward. It would be positively skewed. In this case, this particular surface may have a positive skewness. This looks a little more extreme than the other one. Perhaps this is a +4 for its skewness. So skewness tells us something about the direction of a distortion. There's a distortion and there are more valleys. The surface is pulled negatively in terms of its distribution, or it's pulled positively in terms of its distribution. The magnitude of the number is kind of related to how extreme those pulled points are. If they're pulled very far relative to the rest of the surface, then it's more skewed, either positively or negatively. Now, one caution on skewness is that one bad point carries a lot of weight, so this can be an unstable parameter at times. Sometimes we'll have a surface that looks negatively skewed, but there's perhaps a bit of dirt on the surface during the measurement, and skewness will flip to be positive. So, skewness is one of the statistical parameters that's often used in mathematics. It also applies to surface texture, but we do need a little caution.